Good morning, everyone. It's Kathy Schmitt, the Backyard Stamper, and today I'll be working on my scrapbook pages to celebrate my mom's 85th birthday. It'll take me a couple sessions to get these pages done, and I would like to take you along on my scrapbooking journey. So I go live every Thursday for Craft Your Stash, and we make cards or 3D projects. And that's Thursday nights at 7 p.m. right here on my YouTube channel. And I go live every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. to do Craft Your Stash, the scrapbooking version. So since Stampin' Up! Recently came back into the scrapbooking world, I decided I'll start back to catch up on all of my scrapbooks. So we moved to our house about 8 years ago, and that was the last time I had done any scrapbooking. In fact, it was the last time I had even printed any of my photos. Gasp. But so I'm using the Stampin' Up! Scrapbooking workshop kits to get caught up on my scrapbooks. So I started with our family vacation to the Grand Canyon, and I finished that one up 2 weeks ago. So check out those episodes. And we used the weekend adventure kit, and the pages came out really nicely. And then, so now I'm going to start on the Wildflower birthday, and we'll move on from there to whatever else I have cooking up my sleeve. So let me flip the camera down and I'll show you what this kit is all about. Okay, so this is a scrapbook workshop kit, and it is all inclusive. The only thing you need are a trimmer, some adhesive, and paper snips, and your photos, of course. So it comes in a nice bag that you can use to separate your pages. It comes with beautiful color, big photo and measurements, so it's very visual. And then it comes with 10 sheets of designer series paper that are double-sided, and then they have some specialty pages that are single-sided. Now the double-sided paper, most of it, these ones here, are also available in our designer series paper pack that corresponds with Wildflower birthday. But this page is exclusive to the kit, as well as these pages here. So you get 4 sheets of one-sided designer series paper, and then you get several two-tone cardstock sheets. So this is Pretty in Pink and Peach Pie. They also give you White Willow cardstock, so I think one of my page is going to be on White Willow, because normally they give you 6 pieces of cardstock for your page layout and then 2 White Willows. And then they have these all punch out. So there's 1 sheet and 2 sheets of die cuts. These are all laser cuts. And then this is a sticker sheet. So this is going to make putting my kit together really fast. And then they have these photo mounts, so to kind of let you know where you're going to put your photos. Photo keeper, placeholders. Okay, so that's the kit, and I did look it up before I came on. Let me put that right there, so that you know you can go to my, oops, hold on one second. I'm trying to lift something up to put that under there. go to my Stampin' Up! Store at any time, 24/7, and also email me anytime you have a question. It's backyardstamper@gmail.com, and my Stampin' Up! Site is kathyschmitt.stampinup.net. I also have a website blog, and it's backyardstamper.com. So after my Craft Your Stash Tuesday or Thursday nights, I typically have a free PDF tutorial or printable that you can print out to see all the supplies and measurements that I used for that week's project. So check out my blog. I also put on my any sales that are going on, specials for Stampin' Up. And then I have a Facebook group. It's the Backyard Stamper Craft Along. So if you search in Facebook for that, then you can post whatever pictures and pages you've completed. I'd love to see your work. So it's Backyard Stamper Craft Along, and then it's on Facebook. Okay, so oh, and this is what I checked it beforehand. So here's the ordering number, 166623, and this workshop, scrapbooking workshop kit, is $36. And with the Stampin' Rewards, that means that you earn $3.60 to use on the next purchase. So what some people have been doing are buying the kits, saving the rewards, and then when they have enough, they purchase the album for free using their rewards. So that's pretty good stuff. All right, so I am going to move some stuff out of the way, and we'll get started. So layout number 1 has the green background paper, and let's see here, we go. So I can see that it will tell you everything you need and the measurements. So let's turn the page here. What I like about the measurements too are the little scissors show you where the first cut is. So here it's telling you cut vertically down first, and here too, so that you know where you can turn your paper. It also tells you on your cut orientation. So the cake page, the cakes are going vertically, like the right way, and that's the front, so that's facing you. And then on the second one, it becomes the back. So you want to make sure you're following your cut orientation. Okay, so let's see what we've got going here. I'm just checking. Yep, this is this page here. So I've got my background pages, don't need any cutting, so let me set that aside. I'm just going to put my directions. Oh, here's my mom too, for her 85th birthday. So I actually have my photos all printed out, so I'm ahead of the game on that one. Okay, so I need this page here, and we're going to cut. My first cut, it says to cut at 7 inches. So let me put my extender arm out. And I'm going to put it at 7 inches. And then 10.5 inches. And even though I tend to use a lot more photos than what they show, I want the base of my page to look like theirs. And that's just so I can I have a starting point. Scrapbooking you can kind of get sucked down the rabbit hole, and what I want to do is get it done quickly so that I can enjoy my pages and my husband can enjoy them and I can move on. If you spend hours and hours and days on one layout, you're never going to get your pages done. And I have been there, so I know what that feels like. Okay, so this piece sheet here, I am going to, my next cut says cut it at 3. Okay, so this is a leftover sheet. You can save that. And 10.5 again. Oops. Okay. So that is the piece for that side. So I made a little pile right here. And then on this one, I need my second sheet, but this time I'm going to flip it over because it says my cut orientation, the stripes are on top. And my first cut is going to be at 10 inches with the stripes. And this piece I'm going to set aside. And then it says I need a 1 1/4 piece. And did I cut that right? Yep. Okay. And then I'm going to turn it back. And so this is 9 and now I need 9 3/4, which 9 3/4. So I'm going to cut off this stripe here and I'll save that. So I've got that. And then these are both 5 inches. All right. That is page number 1. So I thought today, instead of cutting out all 3, that I might build the page. So that's what I'm going to do. So on this one, let me see here, White Willow cardstock. Oh, hold on one second. So White Willow says it's 1.5 or 11.5 by 11. So I am going to cut off a small amount. My first cut is at 1/2 inch, so I'm going to use this side of my trimmer. Okay, and that's a piece I can save. Those little strips are perfect for like writing the date or who is in the picture. Okay, so I've got that. So that's one piece. And then I need my second one for the other side. Felt like there was 2 there. So, and again, I'm going to cut off my 1/2 inch. So on this particular example, the setup is going to be the same on the 2-page layout. Sometimes they're not. Okay, so now I am ready to see what this page is going to look like. Okay, so it says prepare for both pages. So here's my base, and I've got my pieces. And so what it says to do, and my scallops are going like they're pointing down, and it is going to be, let me see here. Oh, if you turn it so that the 11 1/4 page is, oh, my blade needs to be sharpened, I think, or replaced. 11 1/4 is the long way, and 11 is the vertical. Then that will give you a 1/2 inch all the way around, and that looks pretty good. All right, so I am going to use my adhesive and go ahead and put my White Willow down. So this is the left page, and I know that because it's telling me that. And I am an eyeball person. I don't really measure, but if that bothers you and you want to measure each side to make sure it's exactly a 1/2 inch, then you go right ahead and do that. Okay, and let's see here. Let me see what the right page looks like. So on the right page, they're doing the same thing, but they're going to put it so that the white will meet up in the middle. So kind of like that. So if I want them to look straight, I'm going to line up my green sheets and do my adhesive. And I am going to just have them meet. There. Just like so. All right, so now I've got my base done. And let's turn this back. So now I need to bring in some of my other pieces here. You know what, I didn't finish cutting my pieces, so hold on a minute. Let me back up for this. So what they have is they label by the project. So I've got this, so all of these ones that say 2 is for layout number 2. So anything that has a 1 and a letter after it goes with this project. So I gotta cut these pieces here. So let me save this and bring back in my trimmer and let me cut. So this one here has the stripes going sideways, and it still says you got to follow your first cut. So my first cut is going to be at 5 inches. 5 inches is right there. Okay, so I've got 1 and another one at 5 inches, and then I need a 1 1/4 by 10 1/4. So let's do 1 1/4. I'm going to flip that around, so I'm cutting, one side hasn't been cut yet, so in case my blade is causing some trouble, then I won't have 2 ragged sides. Okay, so there's 1 1/4. This is an extra piece, I'll set that aside, and this needs to be 10 1/4. If you're not a scrapbooker, you can use these kits to make cards. This here is an example of a card that I just made yesterday, and it uses the similar paper. This uses the actual designer paper, but see how they're similar? And I did this, the designer series paper has the gold on it, so it's considered a specialty paper, and it's nice to be able to coordinate and use them for your cards if you so desire. Okay, I just need to cut off a 1/2 inch on this. So I stacked them both together, and I'm gonna just cut off a 1/2 inch. And these are extra. All right, so this goes with project number 2. So I'm gonna start a separate pile for that. And this was in project 1, and then I need one over here. So I need to put my stripes again, vertical, and I need a 3 3/4. So I'm gonna end up making all my piles. So that, and you know what? I'm gonna turn so my swirls are going the same direction. My loopies are going up like that. 3 3/4 again. And then I need 1 1/4. This whole piece is extra, and this is by 5. And that's going to go into my pile for card number 1. And this is extra. So what I did was I followed the lines. So my cut orientation was the stripes on top. The first cut was at 5, so I cut my 5-inch pieces, and because it's a 2, that goes in for the second layout. But this strip here is for my first layout, and same for this. 1F went into the project 1 pile, and all these 2s went into project 2 pile. Alright, so let me get the blue. This is a really pretty sheet with all the colors. It's going to add some nice color against all this pink. Okay, so my first cut is at 2. What I also like is it's non-directional paper, meaning that the back side and the front side doesn't matter the directions. So on the stripe one, it's also, the only one was the stripes, but I followed the orientation on the cutting. The cake one will be different, because you're going to want to make sure your cakes are right side up. And this is 2 by 11 3/4. I don't think that I'm going to be using this little scrap for anything, so that's going to go in the rubbish. And then this is 9 1/4. 9 1/4. I'm just making sure that it is 2 and 9 1/4. Yep. So on their directions, they always put the width first. So 9 1/4. And then this is a nice strip to save, and this is by 9. And any of these extra little doodads can be used on your cards too. So these are nice pieces to save. So this goes on pile number 1, but the 2-inch piece went the other way. And then my second page, my first cut is again at 2. And 11 3/4. I mean, this is too small to even really make a pennant out of. And then this one here is 5 by 11. And this is going to start my pile 3. Project 3 pile, I mean. And this is an extra piece. And my last one is 4 3/4. Now I am going to save this because it's 12 inches long. That would make a nice little border for a page. And then by 9. And that's going to go in my project 1. So this is scrap. Look at how big and nice that piece is. All right, let's see. I got one more page, I believe, to cut because I already did my white willow. All right, so this is the peach pie cardstock. Peach pie cardstock. And this is two-tone, so one side is lighter than the other. So you can see that difference. And it's telling me one side, the left side, is the lightest up, and the other side, the darkest up. So let's cut it the way they have the light up. And it says 3 1/4 by 12. So let's go ahead and put that. Actually, you know what? I'm going to just do it on this side, and then I'll flip it around because more of the cardstock is on the straight edge, so it's a little easier to make sure that I'm in a straight line. Okay, So that's pile number 2. Another 3 3/4. So I'm just scooching it down, keeping my edge at the top. All right. Then I need a 1 1/4. So now I'm going to turn it back around and go back this way. 1 1/4. And another 1 1/4. Okay, one of them is cut at 10, so let me do that. That's extra, and that goes in my 1 pile. And this one is 9 3/4. Okay, and then I should have 8 inches, and I do. And this is going to be 4 by 8 on both of them. So you know what? I think I'm going to cut across on 8 because that gives me a third 4 by 8 piece. Oh, my dog just came in. Hi, honey. Hi, Pepper. You want to come visit? Oh, what a good girl. All right, and these go in my 3 pile. So that was the left page, and the right page, the dark side is up. So let's go ahead and make sure we've got the dark. This is the light, so we've got the dark up. And let's go make our cuts. This is going to be 8 3/4. You know what? I'm going to cut my first cut. I'm going to cut. So here it tells me to go cut at 4 1/2 and 4 1/2, but all of this is not used, even over here. So I'm going to cut right at 8 3/4 all the way across, and that'll give me a nice big piece because I like to add more photos, so that gives me an opportunity to do more photo mounts. I couldn't do that on the left page because these ones come down longer. So if I had cut all the way across, I wouldn't be able to do those measurements. Hope that makes sense. So see, I have now this big piece instead of a bunch of little pieces. All right, so now I'm going to do 4 1/2, another 4 1/2, and those are my project 3 pile. And then I need a 5 1/4 piece. This is extra, and by 1 1/4. Okay, and that's a 1, and another 1 1/4. This piece is extra, and then this one needs to only be 5, so I'm going to cut off 1/4 of an inch, and that little piece is going in the bin. Okay, so now I have to cut some white willow again, and these are going to be, let me look at the page that that one's doing. So, I wonder why, what is the project that one is? Those are all, there's some 2s and 3s. It might be they're making more of our photo layouts. So, I am not going to cut those yet because I want to see what size my photos are. Okay, so now we can go on to my project number 1 because I've got all my extra pieces cut. So let me get that out of the way and bring in my pages. So I've got, this is my left page and this is my right. So I'm going to start with my left page, and I need one of these and one of these. One is light and one is dark. So something like that is this part. And I need a cake strip that's going to go underneath. So they butt up to the edge here. And then I need a 2-inch piece of the blue. Did I cut one of those? 4.5 by 9. I am not going to put all of that under there and waste it, because it has me doing this all the way over and then that. Look at how much I wasted under there. So I think what I could do is, because I'm not sure I like all this white, so if I do it like this, so, and then like so, make it straight, that would help. Okay, so I'm just doing a dry fit right now. So if I do that and that, and then these, I need my little stripes here, my little curly Q goes here, and one goes here. Are these the same? Just about. Okay, so one here, then my 2 peach ones. So the 2 peach overlap a little bit. So just creating some interest with the different dimensions and what's on top and what's on the bottom. Okay, and then this goes on the top. Something like that. See how they're different sizes? And then it has special day, happy. So let me look at my photos to see. So this is a beautiful picture of that. So I definitely want that as my special day picture. And then, oops, I got cut off. There's a big one. We went out for ice cream for the birthday. So that's my son and my mom. We went for a boat ride. It was a really nice day. So, oh, and these are joke pictures. Okay, so I don't have a lot of pictures but my dad's birthday was right after my mom's, so I might do one of those and sneak them both together. Okay, so on this one, this is where I might want a piece of white. No, I don't want white. I want like a dark blue, I think. Like this color blue, which is blueberry bushel. So let me grab my cardstock. Actually, I'm going to use the 2-tone cardstock that I have in my stash, because then my pages don't get too thick, and I like that. So let me see where I put it. I just bought some. Let me see where that might be. I got bits and bobs all over the place. Okay, so let's see here. This is not quite the same blue. Alright, so let's do a different pack. If I don't have any, then I will take regular cardstock. Nope. Okay. So let me just get a piece of blueberry bushel. Alrighty. So I keep my cardstock in a little plastic sleeve, and then they just go on a shelf like that, and I have the name of them, and I keep everything, scraps and all, in the same package. I'm just looking for one that isn't scored. Some of these have been scored. Oh, that's perfect. So, and then I think I'm going to take a piece of pink, so it breaks up the blue and the pink there. Let me see here. This one also has Pool Party in it, and I know I have Pool Party. What is this one? And I have Bubble Bath, so if I take this and do something like that, so I have my pink and my blue, and then set it on there, I think I like that. So let me trim my thing down. This is a 4x6, so I'm going to do 6 1/4. My mom and dad did their 65th anniversary in May. 65 years, and I've got some photos of that too. Then my mom turned 85 in June, and then my dad turned 86 in July. So we had like a celebratory summer. Okay, so I'm just going to put it like that, and then I think I am going to, now it gave me a piece of Bubble Bath. Let me just check my layouts to see if Bubble Bath is any of the back pages. Oh, it is. So see how I don't want to cut my Bubble Bath up, so I'm going to use some extra that I have. And this is just because of my photos, not because I don't like the layouts. It's really just because my photos didn't fit with the way they had it. But on this one, I want a 1/2 inch all the way around. So it was 4 1/4, 1/2 inch makes it 4 3/4. And set that aside by 6 1/2. No, 6 3/4. That'll really give us a little break from the blue. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, I cut that wrong. Hello, what did I cut it at? I think I cut it at 7. So I needed 6 3/4. Yes, I cut it at 7 3/4. But that's a nice little tag to slide under a photo. All right, there we go. See how adding a wider border on the pink really makes that pop. Okay, so let me build my pages. Let me put this on. And this is going to go right on the edge. trying to get that straight. And then this one, it's supposed to tuck under, but I'm just going to butt it up against it. Because I might cut some smaller pictures here and put them there. Or put this big picture on this side, so I can have the special day with the writing on it on this side. That might work. So let's see here. I need the longer light peach and the darker peach. And is that going to get covered up by my photo? So it is. So what I'm going to do is pull them out. And it's okay that it's only covering up one of the sides. Oops, let me put this on the pink. Like that. And have just a little bit poking out. I might want it to go and break up some of that pink on this side though. So we're just going to reverse it. Instead of having it tuck this way, I'm going to have it go that way. Let's see. Or, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to cheat and cut it in half. And have half coming out this side and half come out this side, so it will look like it's all one piece. I like that. Okay, that's what we're going with. These are like that. Okay, so let me tape that down. I'm not measuring, I'm just, these are a little bit lower than center, it looks like, so I'm going to just eyeball it. And I'm going to come over here and something like that. Just eyeballing. There. I'm not sure I love this peach with this picture of my mom, but let's see if we can break it up a little bit. That piece just is not wanting to go straight. There we go. Okay, so we've got this. This is supposed to come down like so, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just cut it in half and fake it. So these two match up. With just a little bit of that orange showing. And this one is the same. This one goes all the way to the edge. Pretty good. And you know what I just did? I did it reverse because this was supposed to have the swirls on the bottom, but that's all right. We'll put the swirls on the top. And this one's going to come back out like so. I like that. I'm going to make it come out a little farther. just because. All right, and then some swirls here. Just eyeballing. There, that looks fun. I still am not sure I like this. What do I have? I have this little strip here. Oh well, you know what? We'll see if we can cover that with maybe sticker or something. I have white too. Could break it up with the white. All right, let's see what we like after. So this is gonna go here, and then I need my sticker sheet with special day, and I need my punch out with, let's see here. What I love about these are on the back, it tells you what project they're for. So this one here is project number 1 is right here. So I'm going to punch that one out. In the September to December mini catalog, they're coming out with a set of dies that cut just like this with the corners, but they're stitched. And that's going to be great. All right, and then here's another project 1 on this side. So and one more down here. So that makes it easy. I don't even look at the picture. I just look at the back and see what I'm supposed to punch out. All right, so this goes away. I don't have any project 1s on that one. All right, so I've got this. Let me move that out of the way. Move my scissors out of the way. I have this like that. This is going to be for the second page, the second half. So I have my cake is going to go here, and my journaling lines can go here. I want that to be up higher. And I want oh, you know what? This would be so cute to use this little hooray, hooray, and cover that up. Is that on the whole page? Let's see, before we chop it. Before we chop it. Nope, it is available to use. So, that's what I'm going to do to cover. I don't like all that. Or the other thing is this tassel, because then it's got the orange and the pink. Let's see what that looks like. So the easiest way to do the stickers is just cut them out all the way across. So I don't have to deal with this big piece. And then I can, like, say I want to do it like that. I like that. Or do I like the green? Hooray, hooray. I think I like the green, actually. There's a lot of pink and orange going on. So let's see what we need. I'm just going to cut off a little bit. Okay. And I'm actually going to cover the seam. I'm going to put it so that I have an equal amount of orange top and bottom. So it looks like I did all this on purpose. And then on this side, I'm going to go out to this hooray here. Yeah, I'm going to go to the, split it right at the end of the hooray, and we'll put it out like that. Oh, I love it. Now I'm happy. Hooray! Hooray. All right. If I do, just move it over a smidgen more, I can get more of the hooray in. Let's put it even past it. How about that? And that way I can get 2 hoorays in. Yay, I like it. I'm going to move it one more time. I promise that's going to be it. Because this is going to go here. So what if we anchor that with this? So let me put this down. I am not a big journaler. I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't like to journal at all. What I like to do for journaling is, what's the occasion, where are we at, and who are the people? And that's it. Just reminds me of writing an essay in English class. No, thank you. Whoops, I went too far on that one. All right, let's put this here. So I want that to go right there. So I want to come like so. Okay. Hooray! There we go. I got it. All right, let's tape this one down so I can stop fussing with it. Once it's taped, right? Hooray! All right, there you go, Mama. This is going to go like that, and then my special day sticker is right here. Okay, so I'm going to pop this up with dimensionals. I don't do a lot of pop-ups for my scrapbooks because I've learned over time that they just get way too thick, and because I put a lot of pictures in, my pages got really heavy, and I don't know, it just isn't what I wanted to do. Okay, so I have that, and let's see here, special day goes, let's just kind of dry fit that for a minute. Special day, if I go down like this, dry fit, and that means, oh, I just tore my paper. Okay, so if I do something like that and something like that, okay. Special day. Oh, I can almost cover where I tore. Let me see. Yeah, like that. There. Special day. Where's my journaling pen? I'm gonna say my mom 85 on June 20, 2025. We had a great day. Nope, you know what? I'm just going to leave it. I'll put a big heart. And I'm going to put a flower, like so. There. Okay, there's my first page. First half of the page took an hour. So I will be back next week and we'll do the right side and see if we can get another layout done. So I'm going to put everything back in my package and we will be back. And I wanted to tell you that, let me just show my hands one more time. Little commercial here. So right now, as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, we are allowed to pre-order our online exclusives that are coming out in September, as well as items from the mini catalog, which are coming out in September through December. There are some fun scrapbooking kits in here too. And there's also a big sale on anything that has the in colors in it. So anything with the in colors is 15% off. Now the starter kit is a great deal because you get to choose $125 of products for $99. And if you buy the sale items, there's also scrapbooking kits on the last chance list that are discounted quite a bit. You can stock up on scrapbooking workshop kits, the designer paper to make your pages, anything that you want scrapbooking related, and including the new products. If you join my team, if you go to kathyschmitt.stampinup.net and say join now, you can join my team and then you can shop the new products before everybody else can get them, and you can also shop all of the items that are on the last chance list, as well as what's currently available in our annual catalog. So we've got quite a few scrapbooking kits in here, and Memories and More make it easy. Stampin' Up! Has scrapbooking template layouts now that help us. So if you are interested in getting if you're interested in getting a bunch of scrapbooking supplies so that you can do, a bunch of pages, maybe even a whole album or two, get them at a discount by joining my team. It's free shipping, which saves 11%, and then you get $125 for only $99. So, and then you don't have to purchase anything else if you don't want to, or you can continue to purchase at a 20% discount. So think about it, and if you have any questions, please reach out to me at backyardstamper@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to tell you more about what being a demonstrator is. I have mostly hobby demonstrators on my team. I have a couple business ones, and you can do with it what you want. You can come and go. I've had demonstrators join for a little while and then they deactivate, and then they come back when they need a good amount of product and want to get it at a discount. So think about it. I'll be glad to help you. All right, I will see you next week, and we'll continue on scrapbooking my mom's 85th birthday. Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up, please, and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me. Take care, everyone.